This ain't no handouts. No shortcuts. No middleman.
No middleman.
No middleman.
No middleman. Middleman.
No middleman.
Middleman. Middleman.
No middleman.
Middleman. Middleman. Middleman.
No middleman, I get it direct. Pressure talk, I don't deal in the flex. Cut the line, I don't wait, I collect. If it's mine, I'ma claim my respect. No middleman, I move with intent. Boss moves only, every dollar was spent. No favors, no deals, no rent. Built from the ground, now the whole game bent. Started with a vision, had to cut the distractions. No handshake, just results and reactions. They was talking plays, I was making it happen. Turn losses to losses, then flipped it to passion.
Disclaimer: this broadcast is intended for commentary, discussion, and entertainment purposes only. All topics and statements are based on publicly available information, including news reports, social media content, and third-party sources, which may include allegations or unverified claims. The views expressed are opinions and should not be interpreted as confirmed facts. This content is not intended to harm, defame, misrepresent any individual, organization, or entity. Viewer discretion is advised.
Yeah. No middleman. Look around. Everybody got a voice. Who still got discipline? Yeah. What a restraint, what a restraint. Everybody crashing out just chasing a name. Pride on fire, now we all take the blame. One bad move and your whole life changed. What a restraint, tell me where it went. Everybody want freedom, nobody want limits. Everybody scream justice, nobody want truth. Everybody want rights, nobody want proof. Badge on the waist, power in the hand. Authority heavy, better stick to the plan. When does protection turn into fear? When does pressure make the picture unclear? But hold up, that's only half of the page. What made somebody crash out full of rage? One wrong swing, one wrong chase. One bad choice, changed the whole case. Accountability ain't a one-way street. Truth don't care who's sitting in the seat. We point fingers, never point inside. Everybody got excuses, they hide. Self-control ain't weakness. Walking away ain't soft. Sometimes the strongest person in the room is the one who never pops off. Then we leave the streets and step on the stage. Merry hearts still playing dangerous games. Fame got people forgetting vows they made. Now everybody viral, nobody safe. What was restraint? Before the lights got bright, before one decision changed another life. Boundaries gone, lights went up. Now real relationships run out of luck. We celebrate chaos like it's entertainment. Confuse attention with validation. Clicks go up while the family's breaking. Then wonder why trust keeps shutting. Restraint, where the restraint. Everybody crashing out just chasing a name. Pride on fire, now we all take the blame. One bad move and your whole life changed. Where the restraint.
So tonight we're talking about one word, and you heard it all through that song, restraint. Not just being held down, not just handcuffs, not just somebody saying calm down. I'm talking about the restraint that should have happened before everything goes too far. When police have the badge, the weapon, the taser, the K9, the authority, where is the restraint? When people are angry, scared, or feel disrespected, where is the restraint before they run, swing, fight, or jump an officer? Because accountability cannot only go one way. Yes, we have to ask when force becomes too much, but we also have to ask why people keep putting themselves in situations where one bad decision can change their whole life. And then we take the same word into culture, right? When a married woman gets on stage with Chris Brown and the internet starts debating boundaries, respect, and embarrassment, again, the question is, where is the restraint? So, where was the restraint from the fan? Where was the restraint from the artist? Where was the restraint for the marriage? Because freedom without boundaries can turn into consequences real quick. So tonight is not about pretending people are perfect, because all of us are far from it. It's about asking whether we still value self control in a world that rewards reactions. We clap for the crash out, we share the messy clip, we defend bad decisions when it's somebody we like. But when the consequences come, everybody wants to act surprised. So tonight's question is simple. When the moment gets hot, who still has enough discipline to choose restraint? This is No Middleman.
Yeah. You're not rocking with the realest podcast in the room. No middleman. Souls. Soft rain. Uncle Plug, Uncle Plug, let's go. No middleman.
Yeah, we're gonna let that we're gonna let that play while we start it up. We don't want to get too much copyright going on. As y'all can see tonight, we're talking about restraints. We're talking. Somebody got there, so I can hear it. We got feedback. So somebody got it on in a different location. There we go. So we're talking about restraint tonight here with Chris Brown. As you see here, we took the music off for you guys so that you didn't have to, we don't get copyrighted for this. But this is a married woman on the stage here. This is a married woman. She actually went and did a TikTok as well, responding to this. So tonight we're starting off with Chris Brown. Got another one. And we're talking about restraint tonight. We're going to talk about restraint from a lot of different levels. I'm going to stop showing it just in case. Never know how YouTube feels about these things. But this is a married lady. Chris Brown continues his tour of breaking up happy homes, probably. So I'm gonna let you guys. I'm gonna let you guys lead the way. This is the first topic on restraints tonight. This is segment number one. Chris Brown got another one. And Rain, we're gonna start with you because this is your guy.
But anytime I have gone to see my guy, I've been single. There's it's a different. I mean, yes, she was there with her husband. Supposedly, her husband allowed this. Um,
What?
supposedly,
Kicking ass nigga.
um, but I would never. I would never, even if I was single. I would never.
What?
I would never. No,
You wouldn't?
absolutely not.
Dang.
I wouldn't put myself in that because it's gonna be all over the internet. You
If you
asking yourself to
single.
put you're putting yourself in that position. You know what I'm saying? So I would never, single,
Oh,
married, whatever. I would never. I'm going there to enjoy a musician do it's entertainment. I'm not going there for um what you call it, self pleasure, self satisfaction. I don't know. What do you
cap.
gain from doing that?
Oh, God. Cap.
You call cap? Now I'll buy a front row ticket. I will. I bought a front row ticket. I'll buy a front row ticket to the show. It's a show. I'm not participating in the show.
Cap.
I wouldn't.
Ooh,
I would not.
I hear you, cuz.
So where does the restraint start, Rain? Like
It was
where
supposed to
do
start
we?
within herself.
Okay.
Ooh.
I
So
believe
you
she didn't care about one how she would look being up on a stage in front of millions. I'm gonna say millions of people because it's all over the internet. Two, she didn't care what her husband thought or how she feels about her husband in doing that act. You know what I'm saying? I don't. There was no restraint there at all.
Okay.
None.
Okay. That sounds great.
Sound great, don't it?
That sounds great.
What you got, Fluff?
Um, first and foremost, I'm not here to try to stop you from going to the Chris Brown experience. Everything you do when you get there, just know have consequences and repercussions. But I mean, she wasn't even throwing it back like that anyway. To be completely honest with you, she wasn't really throwing it back like that. You know what I mean? But hey, I mean, if that's how you feel, sugar, go enjoy yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have to be completely honest with you. Like, if that's how you feel, do your thing. But if you know she bad enough that he gonna pull her up on stage, you know what you got. That's the baddie tax. Remember we talked about that? The baddie tax. When she bad like that, you already know what's gonna come. She gonna be the one getting pulled up on stage. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. You gotta pay the baddie tax. The mine, nah. We ain't doing that, man. We ain't tossing nothing back on stage for nobody. I don't care if it's Chris Brown. I don't care if it's Roger Brown. I don't care if it's Robert Brown. I don't care if it's Stephen Brown. It doesn't matter. It's not going down like that. So when we do go, hey, enjoy yourself. But just know your home might not be your home once you get back. If not, I'll go and you can handle all these bills by yourself, shout it. Choose wisely. Act accordingly.
My question is, who's at fault here?
No one.
The woman.
No, she ain't at fault.
How is she not at fault?
She ain't at fault. Because see, off the tip, he didn't, he's there. He's present. He's present. So she ain't wrong. If he grab her hand and they start walking toward the stage, you know what's about to happen. What song is he gonna play? What, he gonna go up there and do a dance routine with her?
Just take it down. Anytime he comes to the audience, just take it down.
I treat you well. Oh yeah. What you gonna do? You gonna do a dance routine with her? She don't know your dance routine. So what y'all finna do? It's gonna be something where she either sitting in a chair, you sitting in a chair, or y'all gonna be up in the air, like all tooting and booting. So he ain't wrong. Ain't nobody wrong, because he knew what was going on.
Do you guys feel that Chris Brown is literally doing little experiments in front of us to really show us what modern women and women are today?
Chris Brown ain't thinking about us.
I don't think he.
You think he's doing it intentionally to show us how women are today?
I think because even it was a clip of Usher even trying to feed a cherry to Tiny, and him and Tip cool. So I think they just performing. They know the difference between performing and actually going to beyond the circle. Going beyond a certain threshold. I mean, is Buddy up there rock hard? Why he you know what I'm saying? Is she feeling the buzz? Why you doing all that? You know what I'm saying? If she got something to toot and boot back there, then I mean it's like, she went, yeah. So I don't know. Hey, it's all performance for me, bro. Mine ain't going. You ain't going. You on punishment. You grounded. I don't think so. Okay. Chris ain't worth him. Nah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna let
What
Rain
you
get to
think?
the
Wait, hold
comment.
on, wait. So you can't get out of this. What's your opinion on it?
Oh, I'm not getting out of it. It's just not worth the conversation. Y'all see it differently. So I'll do it like my own little monologue on it later on another series.
What?
So you need look.
Y'all see it differently.
It's
I
no middle,
mean,
but
I,
still,
I,
that's the
no,
purpose of no
no,
middleman. See them things different.
I think he's showing it. I think he's literally showing everybody how women are today.
Mm.
Like for you to make a statement that he don't care about us, but y'all would go save up thousands of dollars to pay him, that sounded ignorant. Like you're saying he don't care about us, but you going to chase down his music, you're going to pay for his concert tickets. So how?
No,
Go ahead, go ahead.
no, I think you misinterpreted what I was saying because I'm saying he don't. I don't think he in that way. He don't care about the impact on. You know what I'm saying? He's just trying to get his money. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I
I don't think he's sitting backstage saying, "Well, let's see what we're gonna do tonight." You know,
mm-hmm.
see what kind of impact we're gonna have tonight. He just worried about these ticket sales,
Okay.
and it's entertainment.
Cool.
Okay, okay. Jen said, "Who's typing?" BG said, "Rain killing the opening monologues." I appreciate it.
She is. She is.
Penny said he took her down. Laugh out loud. Jen said, "Agree." He BG.
Mm-hmm.
Classic said, "You are insecure if you won't let your girl go to the concert."
Well, insecure
And
I
BG
am.
said he didn't seduce her. She gave it up, so he took it.
Pressure.
Penny said, "Facts, Rain. Intro is fire." Thank you. Penny said they all be married.
Mm-hmm.
Maria said she would be divorced soon. BG said he was there, yet supposedly, allegedly. Penny said culture is unrestrained. Single or not is the morality. It single or not is this morality a picture of what represents blackness? Jen said a lie don't care who tells it.
They're talking about you.
I know. I wouldn't know. I really would. Muriel said, "Why would you put yourself out there like that? She has no self respect whatsoever." Superman said, "Classic. My rain would never." Penny laughing at Jen. BG said, "Waiting for souls to put the thumb and the index finger on the chin or cut his screen off." Laugh out loud. BG said, "There it
There
goes."
you
Superman said, "I'm immune to my nature reigns." Penny said, "Ain't no fruit of the spirit in her, just got a lot of fruit of the loom." Y'all wild in the comments. Hey, Sko. Sko got the war
What's up, Scope?
room, outlet plug, and the umbrellas. Penny said, stop the cap." He said that man got disrespected to the fullest. I believe so. Sko said, "Not at all." Hey, Kelvin. Kelvin said, "Hey, Rain, what y'all on tonight?" Hey, Kelvin, thanks for stopping in. It's been a minute, Kelvin. Where you been? Penny said, "They all at fault." Classic said, "Nobody at fault. Her actions are approved." Classic said, "He's cooked out." Cooked. Penny
He's
said,
cooked.
by all, I mean Chris, the woman, and the hubby all foul."
That's wild, man.
Muriel said, "Her for taking her married tail up there. That level of disrespect is crazy." BG said, he said these 304s ain't loyal. He did say, he said that. Penny said they all gonna share the burn. Kelvin said, "Gave y'all a like. We appreciate that, Kelvin." Classic said, "Chris Brown has been trying to help us. He made these girls ain't loyal." BG said, "T.I. and Tiny are poly." Penny said, no, this is no public experiment. They see it as entertainment and getting money. $1,500 a pop. We love you, Jesus 77. Appreciate you being here. Said, when the heart is hard, the eyes are blind to the ears, are deaf to the mouth is dumb. Without God, a fool pretends to be wise. Amen. We appreciate you coming. Penny said, souls don't run from the smoke. Superman said, souls running. We love you, Jesus. Men and women are lost, day, and confused. Mary said, not I have never paid for no concert tickets. Skull said, it's entertainment for who, Rain? for people who go, the consumer. Supermax said, and he's getting his money from you, Rain. He has gotten some money from me. I can't deny that. BG said this was a weak man. He ain't gonna leave.
Awesome, man. Appreciate y'all comments, man. Appreciate y'all comments on the first segment, man. We're gonna tune in to the next segment. Y'all know what it is, man. We always start off with the news. We're gonna start off with the radar with Rain.
Sovereign got Alabama grace all in the spirit. Yeah. Georgia roots in the soul every time you hear it. Yeah.
So tonight with Radar, on the Radar with Rain, I'm keeping it with our theme, restraint. Not just physical restraint, but restraint in power, restraint in force, and restraint when someone is already under control. So back in Clarksville, Tennessee, a man named Darius Chappelle, I think it's Chappelle, also went from an arrest to a hospital clearance to a jail cell, and days later he was found dead. According to documents, deputies saw a vehicle connected to Chappelle at a Burger King on Fort Campbell Boulevard on June the 29th. Excuse me, y'all. They said he had an active felony warrant for violation of parole, but the specific parole violation has not been publicly explained. They say that he ran into traffic, resisted arrest, and fought back. They also say he was tased multiple times and grabbed a deputy's vest near the throat area. I do want to be clear that restraint does not mean officers ignore danger, of course, but it does not mean to let someone hurt them. But restraint does mean knowing when enough force is enough. After tasers and after multiple officers were involved, they deployed a K9. Video obtained by this news agency says that the dog was biting Chappelle for nearly a whole minute while officers worked to handcuff him. So the question for tonight is not only did he resist, but where was the restraint? Was there restraint in deploying the dog? Was there restraint in how long the dog bite continued? Was there restraint once officers had control? So the sheriff's office says that he was taken to Vanderbilt hospital, evaluated, treated, medically cleared, booked into jail, and assessed again by jail medical staff. But on July the 3rd, he was found unresponsive in his cell and pronounced dead. So the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation is reviewing the case. The officer connected to the K9 deployment has been placed on administrative leave, and his family is left asking how can an arrest turn into a death. So go ahead and play the video.
Into Darius Chappell's death while in custody. The TBI now in charge of this case. Earlier this week, as we mentioned, one of the officers involved placed on administrative leave. Our Amanda Roberts talked with Chappell's family. They're grieving and understandably have a lot of questions.
The family is understandably upset and they are calling for justice. They do not believe Darius Chappell received the medical care that he needed while in custody. They described the 34-year-old as a family man who got along with everyone and always made them laugh. But this video, keep in mind, will be tough to watch. This is what we know so far. Clarksville police were already investigating this arrest as a use of force incident. In it, you can see officers trying to arrest Chappell. Court records show he was recently charged with domestic assault before this arrest Monday. You see Chappell on the ground. He gets to his feet and then appears to struggle with officers. They fire a taser, and then a Clarksville police officer releases a K9. The dog appears to bite Chappell as officers try to restrain him. You can hear screaming and bystanders yelling for the officer to pull the dog off. Then about a minute later, the dog is pulled away. Officers then take him into custody. They stand him up against the car hood, and it looks like he struggles to stand upright. Clarksville police told us the officer was placed on administrative leave after this incident, and that internal investigation is still ongoing. The Montgomery County Sheriff's Office says Chappell died in their custody this morning. District Attorney Robert Nash said the TBI will take over the investigation, saying he cannot comment further, but, quote, I am aware of and saddened by the death of Mr. Chappell. Family told me on the phone that Chappell had bite wounds on his legs, back, arms, and groin area. They believe he was only given ibuprofen and believe that may have contributed to his death. They do not know the cause of his death. I did reach out to the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office to find out what kind of care he received while incarcerated, but all I received was a statement saying they found him unresponsive in his cell at 3 a.m. during a routine security check. In the 5 Alert Center, I'm Amanda Roberts, News Channel 5.
We begin, though, with
Yeah, so that I mean, that's an all around tough situation there.
Horrible.
They said that he was medically cleared, but it's just so odd to me that just because, or that even though he was medically cleared, that he still ended up dead in his cell. So, but what you got? You muted.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. When you are going from the hospital to the jail, there's still paperwork that has to be filled out, and they can't start it until you get into the actual cell. When you're being, like say when they're taking you from when you're getting ready to put you in, they can't start their paperwork until then. So if you might have some, some wounds or some, like he had probably had scars and scar from the dog and this, that, and the third, they would have made those nurses rush to get him in so they can just get their paperwork done so they can go home for the day. So that's negligence in a sense.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how they do it anywhere else, but that's how they do it in Florida. And I've seen many of dudes get to shaking and shivering and get, something happen while in the holding cell. So, especially when they detox and coming off of methamphetamines and some pills or, heroin, you know what I mean? That's negligence. That's negligence. That's a lawsuit waiting to happen. Like they talking about administrative leave. You're supposed to sever ties with that person because he's finna cost you a lot of money. And when it come to officers like this who have like low tolerance, that is just, I just say that, bro. Like that is just not the job for you. You have to be a special individual to be a police officer. I just imagine you got to be a special type of individual to be a police officer. And this is just unacceptable. Watch what you do, watch your behavior, watch how you do what you do, because it's a target on you, bro. You don't know if you're going to make it back. With him, you don't know if you're going to even make it to the big jail. You probably didn't make it out of the hole. He probably died in the holding cell.
I'm interested to see what the cause of death is afterwards. So I'll make sure I do a follow-up on this. So what you got?
Why do we have so much restraint for this situation?
Because it's coming all the time. It's coming like, bro, we could do one of these every night. It happens all the time, bro. Like, look, with the kid that just went missing, we just reported that. It's always something. Somebody need to go, like, man. I don't know, bro. I can't answer your question.
I thought so. I didn't know if you were just going to keep circumventing the whole question. That's why I don't understand it. That's why I wanted to talk about restraint tonight, because we're going to see a lot of situations tonight where restraint was either needed and it was a positive outcome, or there's were moments where we don't need as much restraint and we need more people to stand up. And this is why I always talk about the selective outrage. And I mean, like, literally, how many people have y'all seen talk about this outside of a news channel?
And I came
Like,
across another one
mhm.
too that I was like, no, this is not initially the one I was talking about. So, and it happened here in Alabama, and I'm like, So it's happening a lot, and probably more than it's being reported to.
Yeah, and that's my thing. It's just like, man, like is Darius not as important as everyone else?
Yeah.
Why isn't Ben Crump in a black church right now in Clarksville holding his picture up saying justice for Darius? Where how do we balance out the restraint? Like, is it like what do we do?
I feel they sitting somewhere going, another one? Lord have mercy. I mean, right now, if any kid is looking to to jump in a profession, leaving out of high school, hey, being a lawyer might be right up your alley because we need more. I guess we need more Bing Crumps. I guess we need more Al Sharptons
Yeah.
because this is crazy. Like this is happening, especially in the South. This is ridiculous, bro. This is a epidemic.
But this is, to me, this is an easy shut close case. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
like this is something that you've seen it. Like you don't like it's just like we had to watch a blurry tape that nobody could see.
Mm-hmm.
And we got 60 million people that got all the stories and different clips. And then we just watched one of the clearest 4K cameras. You could hear the dog barking, it's so clear. And nobody's in an outrage.
It's crazy, bro. I'm talking about you got a restraint man still getting hit, still got the dog on him. That's crazy. Like, bro, that's hatred. Like restraint, that's hatred, bro. Like it's gotta be like, remember in the show that I had where she was talking about the secret files being passed and from one man to the next, and it's something, bro. It's an agenda, bro. Like they have zero tolerance right now for any
Yeah.
black person doing anything. Like it's like they trying to scale us, man. Like these 12 trying to scale us in our house. Like they really want us on that same routine. Go to work, go home. Don't even go nowhere. Like this could happen to you. Like they sending a clear message. Like not like anybody in Clarksdale, Tennessee, or Clarksdale, Mississippi. They're not going anywhere. They just want to sit, man. I don't know, bro. They keep trying us, man. They might be trying to put us back in slavery, bro. I don't know.
Prayers, prayers to the Darius family, man. From what we seen, man, he didn't have pictures of his pants sagging or gang signs. He looked like he was at work on every picture, man. So it looked like a hard working black man out there, man. So prayers to your family, man. Hopefully, justice is served in this case. I don't know, man. I'm gonna let you read some of these comments for your
Okay.
segment, ma'am.
Penny said unnecessary to the fullest unless he is Superman. He said wrong. Super Max said you gotta check the color chart. If they too brown, it's going down. Sad. If Penny said wrongful death if he died in the cell. That's a tragedy. Classic said F12. BG said ibuprofen wasn't going to help those injuries. Reminds me of a doctor's sending black women home while they're in labor.
Yeah, yeah.
Supermax said F12, decipher that code real quick, sir. Penny said facts. Ibuprofen is wild. They basically told that man to rub some dirt on it and walk it off, shaking my head. Classic said police are not special. F12. Penny said open season on us out here. Everyone keep your head on a swivel. Classic said I hate. Yeah. Mariel said I feel like it's not a white person or a black person fighting. Nobody cares. But when it's black on black or cops on black or brown on black, it never is in the news. Penny says souls, we have restraint because it ended in death. It wasn't entertainment. Penny said we need more badges with brown faces. Classic said, if we treated each situation like Grayson or George, we would literally be enraged 24/7, 365. Superman said, looking for the disconnect souls, the hero may be limited to his handler's mandates.
I like that,
Mhm.
Superman.
Classic said, ain't nothing cut close with the pig. Penny said, we already are enraged 24/7, 365. It's because it's all the time. It's desensitized. Superman said, classic got it. It's an ongoing intimidation campaign. And classic says, slavery never ended. Plug. It's a rebrand.
Yeah, man. So more to come, man. More to come on this story. Hopefully Rain is able to break it on her weekly radar with Rain, man. But again, man, prayers to the family, man. Prayers to the family, man. So
Warrant should not become a death sentence. A difficult arrest should not end with a funeral. And a medical clearance should not mean the system stops paying attention. So tonight, this story stays on the radar because the question is bigger than one arrest. When force is available, who is responsible for choosing restraints? And that's what's on the radar with Rain.
Sovereign God, Alabama grace all in the spirit. Yeah. Georgia roots in the soul every time you hear it. Yeah.
You muted.
it's like,
Oh, there you go.
no, it's not muted. My side is like frozen the whole time. I didn't even see your radar with Rain thing when it went across. So I'm gonna start up plugs, and then I'm gonna go out and come back in.
Okay.
So we have our next segment on the real spill with Club. I said Club. The real spill with Plug. Here we go.
The real spill for the night is calculated. Being calculated isn't always a bad thing. People hear the word and automatically think it's manipulation. But being calculated simply means you're intentional. Every move has a purpose, every word has a reason, and every decision has a destination. The problem isn't being calculated, it's what you're calculating for. If you're calculating to deceive people, exploit people, or get over on somebody, eventually that math catches up to you. But if you're calculating to protect your peace, provide for your family, build wealth, avoid unnecessary drama, and leave a legacy, that's called wisdom. Too many people move off of emotions. They react instead of respond. They speak before they think. They spend before they save. They fight battles they never needed to enter. And then they wonder why life keeps handing them consequences. A calculated person understands that every action has a reaction. They know that one bad decision can erase years of hard work. So they slow down, they observe, they gather information, and then they move with confidence. Don't confuse being calculated with being cold. You can have a good heart and still use your head. You can love people without letting them play you. You can forgive someone without giving them another opportunity to hurt you. Because every move you make is adding up to something. The only question is, what are you calculating your life to become? I'm Uncle Plug. This is Real Spill. Choose wisely, act accordingly.
So that was the real spill with Plug. The word for today was calculated. Make sure y'all follow that, man. Make sure y'all hit that up when he clip it up as well, man. I think it goes very well with restraint. Being calculated is something everybody needs to do, man. We need to be more strategic about how we're moving through life lately. I think it really adds up, man. Supermax said, what's it? Emancipate yourself from
Emancipate yourself.
and from the mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Big facts, man. So we're gonna move into segment number 2. So here we go.
Yeah. You're not rocking with the realest podcast in the room. no middleman. Souls, soft rain. Uncle Plug, let's go. No middleman.
So we just seen a scene in Tennessee. That was Tennessee, correct, Rain? That we just
Yeah.
watched on your okay. We've seen a scene in Tennessee, and now we go right down the road, man, to South Carolina. And we're talking about restraint again. A white South Carolina police woman was attacked and beaten by teens this weekend for 4th of July, and she showed a lot of restraint. And I think a lot of times we do get opportunities where we feel like we could blame someone or feel like their actions were unjust. But I think this lady showed that, hey, I can have restraint, but also look what happens when I have to show restraint. So we're going to play this video and we're going to talk about it. So this is happened in South Carolina at the 4th of July block party.
New video from North Charleston, South Carolina shows part of a 4th of July block party where police say 2 officers were injured. Authorities say officers responded to the area after reports of gunfire and fireworks being launched toward passing vehicles. Police say officers reportedly asked the crowd to clear the area as fights broke out and additional shots were reportedly heard. The video appears to show several people surrounding and confronting officers as they attempted to restore order. 4 people were arrested, including 3 juveniles and 1 adult. Police also recovered 4 firearms and a makeshift spear. New video from North Charleston, South Carolina shows part of a 4th of July block party where police say 2 officers were injured. Authorities say officers responded to the area after reports of gunfire and fireworks being launched toward passing vehicles. Police say officers reportedly asked the crowd to clear the area as fights broke out and additional shots were reportedly heard. The video appears to show several people surrounding and confronting officers as they attempted to restore order. 4 people were arrested, including 3 juveniles and 1 adult. Police also recovered 4 firearms and a makeshift spear.
So there you have it. You have a 4th of July block party that's supposed to be about free hot dogs and hamburgers and seeing fireworks. And it turns into a brawl. There was a white police officer, female type, that was attacked and jumped by the youth. These were young teenagers too. I think it was only 1 adult that was arrested for this. So what is y'all guys' thoughts about the restraint of the police woman or the police officer, and then everything else that happened?
It's wild. I don't understand how they even felt that it was okay to attack a law enforcement officer. Where were the parents? Of course, we always talk about these teen takeovers and these teens out here running amok. Where the parents at? And how do these teens or whatever ages they are feel that it's okay to assault a law enforcement officer? The disrespect. I mean, yes, it's still the law. They still the law. And if you do that to a law enforcement officer, then what would you do to your parents? What would you do to any other grown person around you trying to direct you and correct you? That's just wild to me. Wow.
What's your thoughts, Plug?
I'm finna throw in a little Uncle Plug TV in this. Although I'm gonna start this off with completely and utterly unnecessary. Completely and utterly unnecessary. But In this current climate, every one of those kids see everything that they putting on this timeline. And that's the reaction that you're going to get. And it's going to be a copycat effect. They see them getting down on the police officer. They finna get down too. It's going to be a domino effect. And these youth ain't going to sit back and allow you to keep continuing to get off, Mr. Officer. I'm sorry. They ain't going to keep letting you get off like that. They're going to continue to fight back. These kids might just start, like, they might start plotting and planning against law enforcement. I think this won't be the last time we can mark this date. What is 7/6/2026? We will be reporting on something like this again very soon. The next, man, what's coming up next? Labor Day?
Mm-hmm.
You might be seeing this again. And I'm not saying it's right. And I'm not saying it's wrong. What I'm saying is that these kids, these children are tired of hearing administrative leave. These kids are tired of seeing young black, brown, and white being murdered at the hands of law enforcement. And it's gonna react. They have nothing to lose. That young man who put his hands on that they tased him and cuffed him getting off that, and that young lady that came and hit her in the face, or that's battery on a Leo, minimum 5. So it's I don't get it. I truly don't get it. But it's going to be more. This is not going to be the last of this here. Get ready.
Okay. All right. We just got to make sure we have the same response when it ends tragically.
It is. It is, bro. And
go ahead.
Not the same response, because I don't want it to end tragically. I don't want it to end tragically. But that the timeline is like that, and these kids are seeing this same stuff that you're throwing in their face. Every action, I said it. The calculator understands that every action has a reaction. That's the law of nature. They've been going against the law of nature for a long time. You are supposed to be held to a higher standard when you're a police officer. And just because one is stepping out of line don't mean all are. But these kids, they think all are. They're not looking at it through a lens like we are as adults. Tragic.
Let's see here. Here you go.
Penny said again, unnecessary. He also said a tragedy showing failure in the black community. And honestly, I don't think she an option because she was being dragged. Supermax says, so they got hurt, but they didn't shoot or hurt any of the children. Salute. I can only hope these real officers are recovered and well. Mario said, this is out of control. Teenagers have no respect when they are missing guidance. Penny said, parents are not teaching the kids what social media is. Supermax said, Classic got a point again. They did their job right. Whoop-de-doo. Penny said, no, or else is what Malcolm and the Panthers showed. I don't know what this is. This is a dumpster fire and the destruction of the black community. Silver Fox says, sad days. Classic said, I've been told you what it is. Somebody doing something to you, make them stop. Penny said, we need to have a response before it ends tragically so it don't get there.
All right, man. Yeah, I would tell you this. They picked the right one. I think that gentleman that came in last, it would have been a totally different story. That one that said get the F off of her, it would have been a totally different ball game. And I don't even understand the rhetoric that I just heard, so I don't even know how to respond to it. But I would never tell someone that this is like it just doesn't make sense. Like because we're pretty much saying that we now need to be prepared for the tragedies, and we need to judge the tragedies the same too. We have to have the same calmness with the tragedies when they happen. Like sometimes, I mean, I understand they did their job and we said whoop de doo, but sometimes you got to be louder with the cheers than you are with the boos, because this could have went a totally different way, like a totally different way. Like you literally seen that one cop, he was about that action. He just came in late.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah, you see how he restrained dude or got Buddy up off of her.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it could have went a totally different way. And I'll never sit here and say like I wouldn't promote kids to go that route, regardless what they're seeing on TV or whatnot. I wouldn't tell a child to put themselves in that situation. Because it's not going to end well for statistics wise. Statistics wise, it doesn't end well for you. But I mean, she showed great restraints. Who knows? This situation could change her cop days for the rest of her life too. Like I think we have to understand that too. Like you can take a good cop and they could become what some people might call a villain as well, or a villain arc, or whatever you want to call it. We all go through things that are tragic that then changes the way we respond to things, because she'll remember that. She'll remember that for the rest of her time on behind.
So could that be a training video? Could that be a training video?
Not really.
No, not a training video of yeah, she was getting beat. Yeah, she was getting drugged, but no one got shot. No one got shot. Yes, some got away and some got apprehended, but no one got shot. So why with that energy for someone on that side feeling that way, to hear that energy, that'll definitely make someone go rogue. Because if that's not a training video, like, oh man, she was getting beat, but no one got shot. A couple people got tased. This, that, and the third. They saved her. They apprehended the suspect. Okay, boom. But if it's two guys on one guy, and then it ends up in blood and a gunshot and multiple gunshots, boy, I'm confused. I'm confused. I am completely confused. Because if that ain't a training video, then the one where 2 or 3 have one subdued is not. That's a training video. Where we gonna, like, okay, it got bad. They got tased and they were subdued. They got apprehended. But the other, you outnumber them, the suspect, and it ends up in gun violence.
But Plug,
and no one
Plug, I don't think you listen to yourself though. And this is why we got to have the conversation. Because now you're trying to turn it into something positive when you just try to match the energy at first. Like you can't no, listen to me. I'll let you talk. Let me talk. Like you literally started off with, well, this to be expected. This is what they see. We're going to see a lot of more of this. You can count the day. What's today? July 6th. And then you want to turn around and act like you want to now say something positive about, could this be a training video? The training you would have gave is, hey, get even. Take your lick. That's how you started off. No, that's how you started off. That's how you started off. You could move your goalposts if you like, but that's something you start off with. Hey, maybe this will be a good training video, man. They did the right. Y'all start off with the energy of, hey, this is what we need to do. This is what y'all gonna see a lot of. Like, it's all about how you deliver the message. We just talked about saving the youth a month ago. Nothing you said would have saved a black youth. Nothing you said would have saved the black. Like, what side are you on? Do you want more Carmelos, or do you want
nothing that they do saves the youth? Nothing saves the youth. Nothing saves the youth. I'm saying that'll be a trickle-down effect because of what they see from the video where there's 3-on-1 and one dies in gun violence. So they're like, I'm not dying in gun violence. I'm going to fight back like these kids fought back. It's both tragic on both ends, but you saying that's not a training video, that they got subdued and no one got shot?
I'm saying it's not a training video because I'm not gonna let you I'm not gonna let you escape that way. Of course, it could be a training video, plug. Godly, like, what? I mean, that's common sense. You're asking a question that's right on the table. I mean, I used to be a cop. We're saying there's no good cops out there. My brother been a cop for 17 years. I ain't never harmed nobody. Like, we're talking about it ain't no good people. We all know some cops. We all do that are good people. Like, so like y'all are making all these concrete statements and then you want to backpedal worrying about if it's a training video. It don't matter if it's a training video. Your energy is saying
it wasn't about the training. It wasn't about the training video. What I'm saying is that should be a training video. That no one got shot.
You're right.
That no one got shot. Making that an example, like no one got shot.
You're right.
But 3-on-1, this is the blueprint that these officers are following.
Penny said it's not restraint, it's discipline. Supermax said classic that zebra be in jeopardy daily in the jungle. Classic said ain't no good cops. Classic said for every old lady they help, they F over a black man or a child minding their business. Y'all don't got to put this on the screen. I'm just saying my piece. Penny said, Uncle Plug, nobody's going to sign up and watch training videos to be a punching bag. Supermax said, KRS classic. The police department is like a crew, does whatever they want to do. Classic said, we still acting like police are good. Classic said, definitely don't. Yo, P. Supermax said, problem is you never get stopped by the cops, you know. Classic said, ain't no good cops, just a few shifts away from being like the rest of them.
Cool. You got anything else on this one, Rain?
I feel as though there are good cops out there, and you got bad apples in a bunch of good ones as well. So I ain't gonna say it's 50-50. I ain't gonna say it's 70-30. I'm not gonna say what the ratio might be, but there are some good cops out there who want to do right and who do right by the law, by their badge and by their oath that they take. But yes, there are some bad cops out there as well. You have some cops out there who do not know how to practice restraint. And they go off their feelings and not off of, what they logic and what should. But, it's with that being said, every situation is different. So it is what it is.
Cool. All right, man. We're gonna move on to segment number 3.
You're not rocking with the realest podcast in the room. No middleman. Souls. Soft rain. Uncle Plug. Let's go. No middleman.
Bro, you know. Now, what's crazy is you disrespecting the wrong nigga though. Never. Disrespecting the wrong nigga though.
You know what I'm saying? You spit on me again.
I'm saying though, why you doing that? Get on, bro. Chill out. Get on, Kev.
You know what's crazy though?
Get on though. Get on there.
I love you.
Oh, you see this bipolar. Yo, you split. Bro, God. Oh, so you Patricia. That was Patricia that was talking.
I get it. I'm bipolar.
Right on me, nigga. Stop tripping on me though. Stop tripping on me though.
What's crazy?
Stop tripping on me though, bro. Stop tripping on me though. Bro, you know. Now, what's crazy is you disrespecting the wrong nigga though.
Never.
Disrespecting the wrong nigga though.
You know what I'm saying? You spit on me again.
I'm saying though, why you doing that? Get on, bro. Chill out. Get on, Kev.
You know what's crazy though?
Get on though. Get on there.
I love you.
Oh, you see this bipolar. Yo, you split. Bro, God. Oh, so you Patricia. That was Patricia that was talking.
I get it. I'm bipolar.
Right, baby.
That's what I'm trying to drink.
For real, I think for me, it's like it's longevity. It's to build you and make the brand bigger than it is. Like COB, cool. But I'm trying. Where's our COGs and COB boys? You know what I'm saying? I want to build a fucking team. We got so much to build, bro. This is not no kid around shit. At the end of the day, he's a grown man. We're trying to help him. I want to help him out. That's why I got a life coach and shit. But at the end of the day, you can't help someone that can't help themselves. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, I'll do everything in my power. I know you'll do everything in your power. And when people see you and him fight, you're doing it out of love because you really want to see bro win. You're really trying to do that. And it's like I texted you earlier. I'm like, bro, you're literally Lil Wayne right now. And you about to build your Drake. But he decided to be a one-hit wonder. Come on, man. We got way bigger things to fucking build, bro. And that's why I know you, because you being in that warehouse for 45 days, it's going to discipline your mind. It's going to get your mind right. It's going to get you right physically. And, bro, I'm telling you, for me, it's like I want to limit liabilities. And I'm trying to just build you so you guys are not like, for example, we lost the fucking booking because y'all arguing like little bitches. I don't want that, man. Y'all bigger, bro. You got the whole world in your hands. And that's why my biggest priority here is how I can make this long-term and build you, not just
that's the thing too, is also like doing the clubs. Maybe that happened for a reason, because if we went to the club, we would have went to the club again, make the cash, but then would have fought again because he was drunk. And so it's like seems like any place we go to that's prone to alcohol. But it's like you can't hide from alcohol. There's alcohol at the gas station. There's alcohol everywhere. But
and I look, AB too, bro. Well, Dean, like AB texts me some shit. I'm like, bro, no, I'm not doing that to you. I'm like, my biggest priority for you, bro, is for you, A, to be safe, and B, not to fucking go broke again. I don't give a fuck. I'm not a yes man. I'm gonna tell him straight up. And you know that?
Yeah.
Like, am I a yes man to you?
Yeah, no,
I tell you how that is. You can bitch me out. I don't give a fuck. For me, I need you and AB to be right. And so, like, end of the day, I do everything in my fucking power to help AB. But AB just doesn't listen. You can't. I don't care who get mad or nothing. I help, bro, but he don't listen. Bro, the other day.
So there you have it. This is AB and Dean the Great. For those who don't follow them, everybody know Adrian Bruner used to be a great world-class boxer, man. I'm not really familiar with Dean the Great or who he really is, but he's a huge streamer. Him and AB have been having a lot of encounters. Sometimes you get confused. You don't know if the encounters are just for streams or just for entertainment, but it's starting to look like these aren't things that are actually wanting to be seen. And it also means that the lack of restraint for Adrian is starting to cost him everything, because people are starting to not want to deal with it due to his attitude, his drinking, things of that nature, and just the lack of restraint that he has for wanting to go back and forth and always want to fight at the end of the day once he get full of that alcohol. So segment number 3 just talks about the lack of restraint could cost you everything. We just watched the video of Adrian Bruner being very emotional about becoming a millionaire again after getting his first kick paycheck, being able to take care of his children. We all seen the video of the mother needing a lot of extra things from him as well. How do you guys feel about the lack of restraint is possibly going to cost AB everything?
I dealt with that. That alcoholism is dangerous. That alcoholism is dangerous. They always do that. They push you to the limit and then hit you with, man, you know I love you. Hey man, you don't get your ass away from me. Why? I hate that, bro. Like it seems like every time they're in conflict, and it's always on AB. I don't never see Buddy disrespecting him though. I always see Buddy like kind of fighting back from the disrespect. And his manager sees it the same way. I don't know how y'all see it, but it seems the same way, man. That alcohol is really dangerous. That is one of the most, that's dangerous, bro, that you can just go get over the counter. It's dangerous, bro.
What's your thoughts, Rain?
Alcoholism is a disease. But I mean, if you the topic of the title of the segment, lack of restraint will cost you everything. If you just out here willy-nilly just going on about your business without, thinking of the consequences of your actions, of course it can cost you everything.
Yeah, I hope AB gets it together. I think the one thing that could have loosened these restraints or made it a better for him, Dean threatens him a lot but never leaves. Um, I'm starting to notice that a lot of times people will take advantage of certain things. And sometimes when you make that promise that you will leave or you'll do whatever you're going to do, I think Dean needs to let him be on his own. I think he needs to feel what it feels like to have to manage yourself and your cameraman and your drinking every night and going out. Like he has, because I seen Dean talk with old boy Flip. He talked with a couple more celebrities. It's a lot of celebrities like almost telling him to give up on AB. Like, hey, I know you're trying to do this for him. I know you're trying to do that for him. Because to a certain extent, he's almost enabling him at this point. We know his substance of choice is alcohol. Every time they go out to a club, you babysitting this grown man. You got to do all these things. And AB is a dangerous person, not in a bad way, but AB can fight. So AB ain't really walking around with the same type of reverence for everybody that he steps in front of. To him, he feels like he can beat up anybody. Like it don't matter who touches him. He even told Dean bodyguard, like, "Dog, you don't stop touching me." Like his hands are what keeps him honest. So because I also would say Adrian Bruner shows AB shows a lot of restraint. Even though he's under the influence, he does show a lot of restraint. It's a lot of moments where he could have been felt disrespected by Dean, which could have caused him to, put hands or paws on Dean. But he holds himself. Even then, if you've seen on that first clip, you could tell he almost had like a sobering moment. Like, all right, I'm gonna let this dude live. Okay, cool. I'm gonna let you live. I'll walk off. I'll get in another vehicle. But I think it's very sad, man, to see the lack of restraint can cost you everything, and him having that issue. And I don't think Dean is going to keep messing up his own bag for this long. He's not going to keep doing it. So just very interesting, man. They got a very interesting dynamic. I don't even know how they got together. I'm gonna have to do some research on that, but very, very, very unique. Very, very unique.
So, do you believe that the toxicity is making people tune in as well? So maybe you think the numbers are going down or are they going up?
The numbers are going down, of course, but I think the people because I heard Dean the Great he was popular before he got with AB. So he already had a following. I'm sure the numbers go up because every night people are looking to see what's about to happen. But also the numbers might go up on Kick or Twitch or whatever they own, but their opportunities are going down. And
the outside.
Yeah, that's what the agent was telling them. Like, hey man, y'all just lost 2 gigs because people are tired of seeing y'all almost fight. So, okay, Mario know a little bit more than me. She said they both are boxers. Okay. So
no, she asking, are they both?
I don't know. That'll be a question for Classic. Classic is Dean. Is Dean the Great a boxer? I know his friend is the one that be training with AB, is one. So Classic will know that. That's his ram of things. I'll let you read these, Rain. You muted.
Mario said he needs to leave the alcohol alone and get out his business. Penny said threats and not leaving is enablement. Penny said AB don't respect Dean. Penny said the question is though, can Dean exist without AB now?
That is a powerful question there, Penny.
Hell of a question.
That is a powerful question. that is a powerful question. Has AB became the new star? That is a powerful question. I think he's probably running out of time, Penny. He's probably running out of time. That's why I said when all those threats that Dean was making about leaving him, if you're gonna make those threats, you got to do it. Like you gotta move off of it, because at this point, kind of like what Plug was mentioning, maybe now people are tuning in just for that, right? We know they're gonna get into it. Dean gonna say he gonna leave, and they'll be back tomorrow when they sober up. You know what I mean? So you might be on to something right there, Penny. he I don't know. He probably can't.
Classic said, now, Penny, as a people, we are historically excellent when we are left alone, gang. Historically. Supermax said, alcohol up there with the heroin. Penny said they both just Dean not established. Classic said, yeah, Dean fights too. He said Dean can fight.
Okay.
Penny said Dean won't move because he riding Dean name recognition.
I don't know, man. Tough situation, man. Hopefully you guys are seeing all the different forms of restraints and the ways that it could affect you. Again, man, I hope we get AB help, man. I would love somebody like Cameron to get back talking to him, somebody who looked out for him when everybody was talking about him. I think he just needs somebody older in his ear. Dean is very young. You got a young kid trying to wise up an older man. It's going to be hard. That's an uphill battle in itself. I think he needs to get around some people more his age that can really talk to him in a different manner. I know Tank Davis came over there and spoke to him before he got his first payment. Kevin Gates came over there and talked to him. So it's certain people that he does look up to. I think it's just all about getting them there. So,
but them guys, them names, some hard heavy hitters right there. If they couldn't get him, that alcoholism, bro, they don't. You can't monitor someone 24. You know what I mean? Like that's something you got to make sure every time he pick up something. No, bro. You know what I mean? And then he gonna start having the withdrawals is really gonna make him that's where I hit a bump in the road with the two individuals I got that's alcoholics. One genuinely tried to quit. He had to go and check himself in because of the shivers and shakes when they get off that alcohol. So it's like heroin for real. It's them withdrawals are heavy. He hit it on the head when he said, when Supermax said it's like heroin. It's that withdrawal is bad.
Alcohol is the only withdrawal you can actually die from. They actually encourage you to drink alcohol until you get into detox, professionally detox. It's dangerous. So yeah, man. So shout out, prayers to them young men, man. Hopefully they can do their thing. Supermax said making enough bread to feed your family. That's a tough situation for the majority. That's facts. That's facts. The hardest thing to withdraw from is alcohol. Yeah, they could stop your heart. And we used to tell all our patients when we sent them to 28-day treatment, if they needed a drink before they got on the plane, to drink, because they can die from withdrawals. So one of the most hardest things to actually detox from and withdraw from. So man, shout out to AB and Dean, man. Hopefully y'all can get it together, man. Keep that bag going. Two young black men, both fighters. Hopefully y'all can keep that bag going, man. So we're going to tune in to the last topic of tonight, which is Soul Talk.
It's cool. Like, even if he's saying something about you that's untrue, like, let him. Even if he's saying something about you that's true, let him. You know what I mean? Like, there's a adult in the room that comes and says, like, yo, your initial instinct is not worth it. You know what I mean? Because your initial instinct could lead to a movie that you've seen so many times.
Right.
You know what I mean? And on top of that, just on a spiritual level, it's like, yo, what's that gonna do? Like, so I'm ramping it up on that verse to just give you insight. Yeah, you never really got that from me, but it's like just to give you insight into like, yo, that's how it feels. And I know people feel that and can relate to that because it's like, yo, that's you know, for better or for worse, that's a knee-jerk reaction to disrespect. You know what I mean? It's like it's a defensiveness.
Unwarranted disrespect. You know, I think you pointed out, like, look, when I was broke and struggling and trying to piece it together, like I was on my own figuring that out, you know? So for you to then come at me now when I'm doing like something good for myself, it's understandable.
Yeah. It's cool. Like, even if he's saying something about you that's untrue, like, let him. Even if he's saying something about you that's true, let him. You know what I mean? What, like, there's a adult in the room that comes and says like, yo, your initial instinct is not worth it. You know what I mean? Because your initial instinct could lead to a movie that you've seen so many times.
Right.
You know what I mean? And on top of that, just on a spiritual level, it's like, yo, what's that gonna do? Like, so I'm ramping it up on that verse to just give you insight. Yeah, you never really got that from me, but it's like, just to give you insight into like, yo, that's how it feels. And I know people feel that and can relate to that because it's like, yo, that's, you know, for better or for worse, that's a knee-jerk reaction to disrespect. You know what I mean? It's like it's a defensiveness.
Unwarranted disrespect. You know, I think you pointed out, like, look, when I was broke and struggling and trying to piece it together, like I was on my own figuring that out, you know? So for you to then come at me now when I'm doing like something good for myself, it's
So that's J. Cole speaking on why restraint is more than a reaction. I thought it was a great piece to close the night on. I think a lot of times people take your silence for weakness, but I think restraint is something that really shows a lot of maturity and growth when it comes to reacting a certain way or getting out of character. I think it's a very big discipline that a lot of people haven't mastered just yet. I know some people might call him soft, or some people might feel that this is something that, but I always feel like every power, it has a moment to be used. I don't think just because you might display one power at a certain moment, it changes who you are, especially for men. And I think men really need to understand that because a lot of times your toughness can end you somewhere where you really don't want to be. And I think you learn that over time as well. So they say a wise man once said nothing. And I think you can take that analogy all the way to turning the other cheek as well. Like a wise man who knows how many fights he turned down just to be able to live another day and give another person some wisdom, some structure, some discipline. So how do you guys feel about what J. Cole was saying, that restraint matters more than the reaction?
Sometimes people are just saying something to try to get a reaction out of you. Silence gives consent too, I would say. If you, I don't know. Plug, you waited too long to speak. Go ahead.
That's because I watched this. I don't know how you brought this up. Like you brought this up, and I watched this on Saturday, and I could hear it, but not hear it fully. But to hear it now, it's like I dig where he's coming from. But I think was he explaining like what happened in the Kendrick situation, or was that
I think that was the overarching conversation and why he put it in his music instead of actually like responding the way people wanted him to respond.
Okay. When that happened, initially, he was right. He shouldn't have said nothing. Like he shouldn't have. What was the album that he dropped and deleted? Can you remember? Because the only one I remember hearing the song about the Port Antonio or something like that. That one went hard, but I don't think it was about that. But initially, if he's talking about that, I would say he shouldn't have said nothing from the get green. Then no one would have had nothing to say about him bagging out. You know what I mean? Like putting that out there was kind of like, you know, shoving somebody and then run. You know what I'm saying? So that restraint that he's talking about, he should have showed that initially before he even dropped that album. You know what I mean? If that's what he's referring to, because I would have to put it on a instance or a situation, because him just saying that be like, sure. But if he's talking about that,
do you guys look at restraint as a strength or a weakness?
Strength is a strength.
Strength.
It's a strength.
Because to hold it all together when you really just want to go all out and just jump in, that's a strength.
Yeah, so I pulled up the definition for restraint. It said it's the act of controlling or limiting one's actions, emotions, words, or use of force, even when there is the ability and desire to do otherwise. Depending on the context, it can mean self-control, the ability to manage emotions, impulses, and behavior. Use of force, deliberately limiting the amount of force used in a conflict or law enforcement situation. Physical restriction, something that prevents a person or object from moving freely. Synonyms for this would be self-control, discipline, moderation, composure, temperance, caution, and control.
Strength.
It said restraint is the discipline to stop yourself from doing what you can do because you understand the consequences of what you should not do.
Strength is definitely a strength. Before and after the definition, definitely after the definition. Yeah.
So why do y'all think in life everybody chooses to label people to be a certain way when they are demonstrating restraint? How do we get to that pocket in the world?
Overall, because I think no one has ever. I think a lot of people haven't been to the epitome of their actions. Just because they've been in some tussles, just because they may have had a gun battle or two, or whatever the case may be, they haven't been to the epitome of their actions, where it could have, where you're one step from hell or heaven. You know what I mean? Like it could have been, I could have been out of here. So having that restraint means you have like mastered yourself and know that, man, you know what? I've been there, and guess what? I've done that. So I don't need to do that. You know what I mean? Like if you know for a fact that if you put your hands on somebody, you can hurt them. You'll be, you know what I mean? Like that's when I see, like, whenever a man and a woman get into an argument, and then that man getting ready to put his hands, like he getting ready to, like, that's his knee, like he said, a knee-jerk reaction, but he stops himself and be like, man, if I put my hands on this woman, man, I'll whoop a dude. So I know I won't put my hands on this woman. I hurt her. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So it's definitely, I say restraint is a strength.
What you think, Ray?
I'm with what I said earlier. You know, being able to restrain yourself and not just leap off into react like quickly. I view that as a strength. You know, some people are quick to act, quick to judge, quick to, you know, make moves without thinking. You know, so I look at it as a strength.
I think too. I think too. A lot of people. This kind of goes back to when we were talking about on same soil, different roots, right? I think a lot of people assume that they're not on a certain side of the fence just because now they act a certain way because of like things that may have happened to them or from a response. Like I think sometimes people put toughness into like a defensive zone.
Mm-hmm.
Like and like toughness to me doesn't really lie in a defensive zone. I think toughness falls in the hands of the person who's more offensive. Like the person who's controlling the ball, who's actually moving the room, who's actually moving the needle. Like when you think about like a boss or somebody like a kingpin or something, he's moving every needle. He's moving every chess piece, and nobody don't even know who he is but a few people. But he's controlling everything, and he has a lot of restraint because he can utilize any piece to do something because he's in full control. Then you think about the peons that are on the street fighting and killing each other over the product. They have a lack of restraint and think that it's because they toughness and they standing up for something. But actually the toughness is at the very top of the pinnacle. Like, because that person is showing all restraint because they can shut down the operation. They can flood the operation. Like, and I think a lot of people now feel that I think a lot of people now feel like they pick up all these traits as they get older or learn from lessons and think that they're no longer these people, but you're still that person. At the core of who you are is the core of who you are. You could change. You could change. You could develop some talents. You can go train in a martial arts or something and become a better fighter. But the core of who you are is the core of who you are. Like I don't think people really grasp that. Like you take somebody who grew up their whole life fighting, right? Yeah, they probably took some L's, but they're a fighter. Like that's what they do.
Ain't nobody undefeated.
Yeah, so you're worrying about taking an L when that person's okay with taking the L, which makes him more dangerous. He's more dangerous. A person who's okay with the L and just want to shoot the fair one is more dangerous. It's for real.
I would agree. Yeah.
They have nothing to lose because you're worrying about losing. They win off of respect. Like we're gonna do this regardless. I ain't worried about winning or losing. And it's kind of like what Plug said, right? Like when people reach the bottom of that totem pole, when you hit rock bottom, let's say you do some time and you start to see people like my brother-in-law told, like in the pen and all that stuff, nobody cares who won or lost.
No, they just scared if you fought.
Yeah, nobody even walking around talking about who won or who. Like if you think about it, most people in the pen who are fighting, they cover up their fists. They're trying not to leave evidence. They're not in the game to just damage you. You know what I mean? Some people do get damaged, you know what I mean, in the midst of it. But like you're like a wounded dog, you heal up yourself in that and behind them closed doors, make sure no guard don't see you. But when you come out, you got more respect garnered for you taking that L than you would have just walking around never having nobody to know who you are or who you stand for. But I tell people, yeah, go ahead. I tell people at the core, you are who you are at the core. That's why I always tell people like trauma responses can be very dangerous. A person who's impacted or hurt by trauma, you might start to build skills and abilities due to what you went through, but you can be very vulnerable still because at the core of who you were already exposed at that point. It's a deeper conversation. I know some people are going to look at it differently. Yeah, it's a deeper conversation. Like it's a real deep conversation. Like
didn't nobody? I done seen it go down, and didn't nobody think about that. You know what I'm saying? Like the only one they wanted to see get Molly Wop was the one that came in with the wolf tickets because somebody gonna want to go to that show. Somebody gonna want to go to that show. Want to say, no, hey man, I ain't with none of that. Da, 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 da. And then somebody say, you know what? Yeah, let's go and get them $100.
And then too, that's why you run into incidents like you see, right? Like a person who has a lot of restraint are some of the most dangerous people because when they finally have to act out, they might act out in such a dangerous manner. And it's a very unique position though. But I think J. Cole he was hidden there. I understand it. Like I try not to take it and make it personal towards him because people can look at him a certain way, but just growing up and experiencing the things I've seen throughout life and stuff, I seen some people who definitely had restraint for very positive reasons. And when I seen them let that restraint go, it wasn't a good thing. Like it wasn't good. It wasn't good for nobody on the other end. And it could be the most quiet person in the room. So
Yeah, I mean, I practice restraint all day, every day at my 9 to 5 until you cross me wrong. And one person got the other side of rain because it took that one time, that one day that I was just fed up, and they got the other side of rain. They got the other side, and they don't come at me that way anymore. So sometimes even if you practice restraint, people will test you and continue to test you until you say, "Hey, we're not doing this no more." So
I'm gonna let you read these comments and then plug. I'm gonna let you answer classic what he said about your story time because I think I have a different outlook of it, but I'll let you answer for yourself. Here you go, Ray.
Okay. Penny said Cole speaking facts. He also said he's talking about the discipline that's missing. Classic said when they go low, we fighting in the sewer. J. Cole can shut his soft tail up too. Classic said turn the other cheek so they can slap the other cheek. Classic said what would Jesus do? Classic said J. Cole has been in 2 fights total his whole life and both were involuntary. Soft. Classic said J. Cole softer than rain. Penny said, laughing at Classic. Classic said, album was called Might Delete This Later. Boy Too Soft to Be Hard on a Track. Classic said he backed out of a verbal battle. Supermax said, we adults, so it's mutual respect. You respect, I want to go home. Plug over there. Then I respect you, don't want your bones broken. Classic said individual case basis. He also said restraint can have you weak when you need to be strong. Ramon, welcome in, Ramon. It's been a minute. Restraint is used as an emasculation tool for women today. Classic said most people got restraint by default because they can't do ish. Muriel said because some people view it as a weakness because they don't know the meaning of the word and they count it as vulnerability. Okay, Muriel. Classic said if you've exercised restraint your entire life, you've established no dominance anywhere. Ramon said, i.e., you shouldn't desire more than one woman.
Okay.
Penny said, also, we view it as weakness because of TV and media portrayals of black men.
I like that, Penny.
Classic said, you check somebody verbally or physically once at the right time, and you have respect from all in proximity going forward. Classic said, I've seen a grown man exercise restraint when being cussed out by a female manager in a board meeting. He was never respected again. He should have crashed. Penny said, classic, that was a lose-lose situation. Classic said, bro, if you talking about me, say that game.
What are you talking about?
He said he a big boy. I think he put that in when you were talking about something.
Oh, no.
Classic said 100. Classic said people will respect you more or less if they know you'll slap them versus knowing you won't hurt a fly. Classic said every grown adult has been molded by trauma. It's literally called life. Classic said plug story times full of trauma and growth from the trauma. Growth is also a trauma response, technically.
Did you want to respond to that, plug?
That's right. I don't. Let me find the definition of trauma. Anyone has it, or should I look it up?
And no, I wasn't talking about you, class. I would tell you if I was talking about you. I would definitely tell you.
No,
I know you can
trauma.
take.
Trauma is anything physical or psychological injury or experience that overwhelms a person's ability to cope and has lasting effects on their well-being. So, by that definition, no. But by that definition, no. Because I had to see, because I don't get shook when I see police officers. I don't get shook when I, hear cell doors closing. You know what I mean? Like I went through some things. I faced them. I came out on the other side. I didn't run. I faced them. I went through them. I didn't go around them. I ain't try to get out of them. I went through them. And then that was the growth, because I always said, I say, man, most of the things you try to get out of be the things you need to go through so you can come through on the other end a better person. So by that definition, no.
Yeah.
It wasn't trauma.
And when I talk about trauma for Classic and those in the chat, when I talk about trauma, I also reference how people receive the trauma, right? If that makes sense. Like when you think about Boys in the Hood, right? When he said, hey man, you want to go see a dead body? Like, to some people that could be trauma. That could be something that was horrifying, something that, but for some people that are desensitized to it, right? Or people who just live in it, I don't feel like that trauma affects them in that manner. Like it can like kind of almost shape shift, if that's what they call it. But I always feel like how you receive the trauma is different, because you talked about it today, Classic, on your show. Like when you talked about people going through like slavery and then the generational gaps. But I also feel like people who never truly experienced slavery, that trauma still is not going to be as strong. You can make it stronger by reading books and getting yourself filled up with the trauma and kind of make yourself project it outward. But I feel like a lot of people who really haven't experienced that, they really don't understand it. They just kind of running with the narrative that other people are giving them to run with. So I always feel like it's all about how you receive your trauma as well, right? Like for myself, being like I don't react like a guy who's been to Iraq and Afghanistan. Like I don't react like that. Like you wouldn't see certain things that would bother. Yeah, like I'm not hopping from certain noises, and like, so everybody, I feel like it's all about how you receive the trauma, how you process it, that then defines to who some people are gonna be. Like some people become a victim of their trauma, and then they become defensive because of their trauma, and then they try to then cover their trauma up with the things that they gain, not knowing that at the core you're still who you are. Like it doesn't matter. It'll just take the right person to bring you back to reality, if that makes sense.
I know what you're talking about.
As I said, you gotta stay dangerous. He said, likewise, rain all day, every day. That one crash out, that one crash got you your respect. Look at that. Definitely. Jacksonville kid, that Mayo person in Fort Lauderdale. Oh yeah, Walmart jumped out of his car. I said no. Yeah.
Okay.
Question.
I appreciate you coming in with that.
How did y'all receive that? I mean, after the entire video came out.
I haven't seen the whole video.
Oh my God.
I just seen like the little snippet of it. I didn't look like all into it. So that could be
Tune in to No Middleman tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll look at it. I ain't seen that.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Hawks ATL, welcome in. First impressions are the most important interactions. Set your boundaries from jump.
1000.
Classic is food. Classic says, so what I mean is some people get traumatized and it makes them pick up a crazy work ethic and they become more stable in other areas of life. The trauma response had benefits.
Okay.
Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe, and all
Now
that.
that I can dig. That I can dig.
Yeah.
I can dig that. Yeah.
Would you? Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
No, because I'll figure out how to word it. Maybe he'll talk about it on his next show. I just wonder, like, can you read the definition again of trauma, plug?
The trauma. Trauma is anything physical or psychological. Is any physical or psychological injury or experience that overwhelms a person's ability to cope and has lasting effects on their well-being.
And see, when somebody says lasting, I guess you can look at it as positive.
Because the military, you can say the military boot camp and AIT, going through the beginning stages of military has some sort of trauma, because you do have lasting effects from that, being that they have instilled. But that means it could be.
You see what I mean?
It could be. I like, you got to see it. Is it positive?
Positive. Like, it's hard for me to call something that has a positive outcome
trauma.
Truly trauma.
That's why I was like, because I was like, dog, a lot of stuff that I did go through instilled a better quality in me. You know what I mean? Like they say, like basic training either enhance what's bad about you, or make what is good about you better. But it says it does have a long-lasting effects on their well-being. But that I wouldn't necessarily equate trauma and good at the same time. So it's like, nah.
He said, see. No, so that's what I'm trying to. I would almost put that in like a eustress category, like the positive form of stress. Like, I wouldn't even say that's trauma. I think you experienced something that was stressful that you then turned that into, it became something that fueled you. But I don't know. We'll have to break it down, class. We have to break it down.
That eustress. I live in eustress. I am a walking eustress, because that healthy stress that I put on myself gives me my drive to keep pushing. Like when I'm tired, I'm at hour 12 and I got one more to go. It's like, I got to get this done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so I live in that eustress.
Hawks ATL said, everyone's different. Everyone deals with things differently.
Shout out to Hawks, man. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe, man.
Classic said, I don't think the defense mechanisms are all bad. We always want people to work through things. I believe harboring has benefits too.
Keeps you sharp. It keeps you sharp.
He said, I know there are things that I don't desire to get over. It's great fuel.
We got to get over those, class. I don't know what it is. We got to get over those.
But hey, when you got, like, say, that this is a unhealthy situation, and a person's moving like it's not, you like, hey man, you need to tighten up, bro. You know where we at right now. You know what I'm saying? Like that, I understand that. That's how I see that.
Yeah.
He said, see, he said, life serves you lemons. That's trauma. You make lemonade. Positive trauma response.
I see what you're trying to get at, man. I see what you're trying to get at. It's just so totally different in the mental health world. Like, take away the sociology side, like the psychology side of that, like watching people who really have PTSD, they're not making they're not making lemonade out of that lemon. Their days, their days might improve, but there's always things that's gonna make them spill that lemonade. like it's so, like, I don't know. Good conversation.
I really, that's a great conversation, because I can't. That upsets me that they've been through that it affects them like that. You know what I mean? Like, bro, you really letting that sitting on you like that, and it's like, bro, you can't do that, bro. That's a mental health situation. You can't do that. And then be like, dog, I went through the same thing. And like, it affects everybody differently, but man, you got to shake that off. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot.
Yeah, it's different. It's a good conversation, Claire. We need to like do that for either like a men's minute, more like a men's mental health minute. I think it'd be a good overarching conversation.
Wow. We did that in a while.
He said, I agree. What's the OST? I agree.
Most trauma
causes negative response. Okay. Yeah, that's why I said I think it'd be a good overarching conversation though, because I think sometimes it might be one of those code languages, right? We might crack a code and take people out of that trauma phase, and maybe they're just in a stress phase. Like I think sometimes we put everything into certain compartments, and like they don't really fit in those compartments, and then we wonder why we can't heal ourselves. If that makes sense.
Say the word. Say the word. Compart.
I'm good. He said, Penny said, living in trauma can only take you so far. I agree. I agree, man. I agree. You got the closing for us, Miss Rain?
I do. I do want to say thanks to everybody for giving me up to 251 subscribers. So I'm halfway to monetization on the subscriber part. Just got to get them watch hours up. So thank you for doing that. I ain't halfway there. Yeah. So, Plug, you got anything for our closers all the way up?
Hey, we talked about it on plugged in with the dough, without dough today. Spend time, stay focused, positive mindset, and keep God first.
So you good? You got anything?
No, I'm showing restraint.
Let's roll. And that's how we do it here on No Middleman. Real conversations, raw perspectives, and no filter. Shout out to everybody who pulled up and added to the conversation tonight. Whether you agree, disagreed, or got your feelings challenged, we appreciate y'all for being part of the dialogue. And if you enjoyed tonight's discussion, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and share this stream with somebody who's not afraid of real conversation. And don't forget, if you're catching this on the rewatch, make sure you hit that like button. If you caught us on the rewatch and you're not subscribed, make sure you hit subscribe and drop your thoughts in the comments to let us know where you stand. So until next time, for Souls, Uncle Plug, and myself, Soft Rain, we are signing off. Good night. And remember, the truth don't need a middleman.
Want limits. The loudest room ain't always right. Yeah. No middleman. Look around. Everybody got a voice. Who still got discipline? Yeah. What a restraint. Everybody crashing out just chasing the name. Pride on fire, now we all take the blame. One bad move and your whole life changed. What a restraint, tell me where it went. Everybody want freedom, nobody want limits. Everybody scream justice, nobody want truth. Everybody want rights, nobody want proof. Badge on the waist, power in the hand. Authority heavy, better stick to the plan. When does protection turn into fear? When does pressure make the picture unclear? But hold up, that's only half of the page. What made somebody crash out full of rage? One wrong swing, one wrong chase. One bad choice, changed the whole case. Accountability ain't a one-way street. Truth don't care who's sitting in the seat. We point fingers, never point inside. Everybody got excuses, they hide. Self-control ain't weakness. Walking away ain't soft. Sometimes the strongest person in the room is the one who never pops off. Then we leave the streets and step on the stage. Merry hearts still playing dangerous games. Fame got people forgetting vows they made. Now everybody viral, nobody safe. What was restraint? Before the lights got bright, before one decision changed another life. Boundaries gone, lights went up. Now real relationships run out of luck. We celebrate chaos like it's entertainment. Confuse attention with validation. Clicks go up while the family's breaking. Then wonder why trust keeps shutting. Restraint, restraint. Everybody crashing out.
Yeah. This ain't no handouts. No shortcuts. No middleman.
No middleman.
No middleman.
No middleman. Middleman.
No middleman.
Middleman. Middleman.
No middleman.
Middleman. Middleman.
No middleman, I get it direct. Pressure talk, I don't deal in the flex. Cut the line, I don't wait, I collect. If it's mine, I'ma claim my respect. No middleman, I move with intent. Boss moves only, every dollar was spent. No favors, no deals, no rent. Built from the ground, now the whole game bent. Started with a vision
action. Had to cut the distractions. No handshake, just results and reactions. They was talking plays, I was making it happen. Turned losses to losses. Then flipped it to passion.